Welcome, Stuttgart High School Panthers and parents. I want to introduce Miss Moten. She's going to talk to us today about how to attend a German university. And we're so thrilled to have her and her husband here today to help us through this process. So, Miss Moten.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be back. We had a lot of changes this year from last year on how to attend a German university. I'm just going to say ahead that there's going to be 2 ways on how to attend, which we're going to go through during the presentation. Okay.
1 second. Sorry. That over there.
Thank you.
There we go.
I'm going to go forward. So, of course, there is different ways to it, not only different ways, but there's different paths we have to take and different criteria we have to match. And so we're going to go through all of them. So the academics, the language, the educational path, the residency, and the cost. So in general, you would need 4 English credits, 2 language credits, 3 social studies credits, 2 to 3 math credits, and 2 and 3 science credits, which can be switched. So if you have 2 math, you can have 3 science, or 3 math and 2 science. So this is later on being looked at, but those combinations all work. Where?
The note at the bottom of the slide.
Oh, yes. So we have to make sure that you don't have anything below a C, and that subjects like health and yearbook will not count towards your credits in a German school, because this is not being taught in a German school. Only what's been taught in Baden-Württemberg in this state will count towards your credits. And let's get started. So this is for you if you want to go straight from high school to start your bachelor's. That means 3 years and you are done. Every subject has to be AP, and you will have to pass your AP exam with a 3. So you can see you need 4 credits in English, and the last year you're going to need AP English Literature or English Language or Composition, but they all have to be AP classes. The same goes for your language requirements. For students who ever entered a German school in kindergarten or earlier, for those students, German does not count as a second language. So you would need to take French or Spanish or Mandarin, anything outside of German. For kids who always been in the American school system, German will count as a second language. And then the same goes for AP History, AP Computer Science, AP Calculus, AP Biology. You will really have to load up on your AP classes to go straight from high school to attend German university.
And the key thing to remember here is if your child is attending a program that's STEM or medicine up here in the title, they will have to take at least 4 AP exams. So this is a key requirement here because it'll depend on the program that they want to attend.
So now we're going for the requirements for the business, law, and social. It's again 4 AP classes. It's very similar. You see in the handout what exact classes you need, but all of them have to be AP. 4 of them have to be AP in those categories, and you have to pass them with a 3. If you look at the one with the little house, the number 4 that says must include 1 course that is equivalent to an advanced gymnasium course. It has to be a course that is taught in Baden-Württemberg that you can choose from. It can be another science, it could be another social studies, or it could be another language that can count in there, but it has to be AP. So this is the one with 5 AP exams where you can choose any program in the German university that gives you an equivalent to a Abitur. The other two were Fachabitur, which means you did 12 years in German school and you're a little specific. This means you did 13 years in school and you have a full-blown Abitur with all the rights. So you get to choose whatever you want. The only thing is, again, with choosing what you want in Germany is something called a numerus clausus, which means is a bunch of kids apply to the same degree. The top kids will be chosen to attend that. That happens for medicine, for some business classes. So keep that in mind when applying, to look at the numerus clausus. So this is the route for going from high school to university, do 3 years and graduate with a bachelor's. Now we're going to come to the German. There is German universities that have English-only programs. For example, Reutlingen, a city just beside Stuttgart, has a great business program all in English, where you do not need any of those language requirements, but you need the AP classes and all those requirements. And the same goes for the other two. If you want to attend a university in Germany that requires German, then you have to have a C1 test done at the Goethe Institute also, which means that you're pretty fluent and able to write in German. So now we're attending with the second way how to go to German university, and this is what our son is doing. So that means you will finish high school. You're going to do 1 year of Studienkolleg, or as they call a foundation year. That means you're going to get some math classes, German culture, German, and the subject you want to study. For our son, that's business, so he has business classes. So you're going to get that extra year that Germans need to get the Abitur, and it gives you the right to then enter college. That means you do 1 year foundation year and then the 3 years. So to foundation year, you can apply to the public universities. You can apply to every state in this country. You can, which you should, because they're very limited. So I know that Baden-Württemberg, for example, has only 20 slots for Studienkolleg for business, which is in Heidelberg. And so you have about 600 kids applying for those slots. But remember, all those kids apply to other ones too. So you have a bunch of double dipping. And then you will take a test in German, math, and the subject you want to study. And then the top kids with the best score will get into the school. So for us, because the competition is really high and it didn't guarantee our son a Studienkolleg, we decided to go the private route. And some of the private universities offer Studienkolleg also included. And I will get to that a little later.
And again, another thing to keep in mind with this route, this is if your child doesn't meet any of the AP requirements, or for whatever other reason you decide to go this route.
So this is the things also, if you want to if you want your kid to study in Germany, they will need proof of insurance, which our university accepts TRICARE, and most of them will. You have to have a certain, if you're not on the sofa, if you're going to leave and your kid is going to stay here, you will have to prove, how much was it? 8,000 euros in the bank. So you can show that the kid has enough finances to sustain for the year. And then it's very easy to apply for a visa. Also the dorm rooms at Karlsruhe, where our son is, they cost between 160 and 300 euros a month. And then it includes water, electricity. Some of them have internet. And you can rent them furnished, unfurnished. They even have little family units if they're siblings. And then they're going to be the decision you have to make between public and private. So public university in Germany is, of course, very cheap. In most states, it's nearly free. In Baden-Württemberg, which is a very conservative state, you will have to pay as an American citizen $1,500 a semester. If your child has a German citizenship, like our son, it would be free. But again, you have to meet all those things, the AP classes, the language requirements, and then you get in rather easily. to the private university. So the university our son is attending in Karlsruhe, which I added to the link later on, the program is taught all in English. The foundation year is included. They accepted our insurance. So all we had to do, Cardi had to apply. He had to write his resume, and he had to do an interview why he wanted to be there. And it's an international business school. So the international school is accepted in all over the world. He would need to do 1 semester overseas. If he goes overseas within Europe, the school is part of the European Union school. I don't know how is it really called right now, but the kids get a stipend. So if you will go to like Croatia, they will get 200 euros, and a higher end country like Finland, they get 400 euros a month that get paid out of the European Union funds. So the kids get help to do so. In that semester, when they go abroad, the fees for the school is all covered. So it's all part of your package. The only thing you have to pay is for the board. And that's the route we chose because it was just a lot
more cost effective.
We're paying 700 euros a month. If you would go to attend Karlsruhe University, the program isn't all in English. They have a good international community with a lot of kids from all over the world. So it made for our military kid a lot of sense to go there. So they also accept the military, what is that called?
They also do look at the GI Bill as a way for funding tuition as well. And just a slight correction, that school is called Karlshochschule and not Karlsruhe University.
Yeah. Also included in the 700 euros is his books. They have a library. The only thing we have to pay is, so if he takes the train from Stuttgart to Karlsruhe, it takes him about 1.5 hours one way, is we had to pay for the bus train ticket, public transportation, which for a student in the state of Baden-Württemberg was 500 euros for 6 months. In the state of Hessen, if you will go to state of Hessen, they include it for free. So you can actually go through the whole state. So cities like Wiesbaden or Frankfurt have also private universities, very, very interesting with their programs, all in English. But Wiesbaden and Frankfurt, they don't do their Studienkolleg, their foundation year at their university there. The kids all go to Cologne. So if you're going to look at different universities, look where the foundation year would be if your kid needs the foundation year. I will attach a grade finder to my presentation where you can put in what your kid wants to study, and then everything pops up all in English, where to go, and then you can look through it and start your search. There's great programs. There is physics taught all in English. There is business degrees. You'd be surprised what is out there, what in Germany you actually can study 100% in English. All right. So this is things you want to, consider if you're staying here or if you're going back to the States, is to make sure that, you understand that all the finances are taken care of. That what Germany wants to do, to make sure that they are not liable to pay for your child. So here you see my information. So you can email me or call me. I gladly help you with all the questions you have. And we're going to go over this one more time for a little bit. So you have the academics to consider. If your child want to go straight to university, make sure there's all AP, or that they pass with a 3, that they have no grade lower than a C, that the costs are covered. You're going to need around 8,000 to 10,000 per year. If everything, room, board, food, everything is included. To obtain a visa, if they're not under SOFA, is rather easy in Germany. They really want kids to come here and study. For the language requirement, if your program is not in English, you would need a C1 at the end of the Studienkolleg. You can start as a B1, but you have to, at the end, be at a C1. If you want to go straight to university without the Studienkolleg and it's in German, you have to have the C1. And I think that covers it all. Of course, there's a few things I would like to add. If you're German, if your kid speaks a little bit German, but per se college is not what they want to do in the future, you can look into trade programs. Germany is looking left and right for kids to do trade programs. The high school diploma is a Realschul Plus. That means they get a solid Realschul degree if you look at it, if you compare it to the state. So that's very easy to get accepted and then get into a trade program. But your child should be speaking at a B1 level German. Also, if your kid want to attend a master's program, you even have more options. There's more master's programs in English than in German. And that tool that I added, where you do the search, will bring you all those too. And always make sure that if you wanted to go to a German university without the Studienkolleg, go to Annabin. That's also on the handout. And then there you can have all the requirements filled that you have to see. The other thing I can also recommend is if you have any questions, call the Stuttgart. The school, they have a part of the city is they look at your paperwork. And if you need that information, I gladly give it to you. They answer every questions and they update every year the new requirements to enter German university. Thank you.
Ms. Moten, thank you so much. And students, you can pick up, we will go ahead and send out the attachments, but you can also stop by the counseling office anytime to get those. Thank you very much. Have a great night.